MotorWeek is made possible by Lucas Oil and TireRack.com.
Well, hello and welcome again to MotorWeek 91. We're glad to have you with us. Audi has had its share of troubles in the American market these past few years. Even with accusations of unintended acceleration behind them, the 100 and 200 models, based on the car we originally knew as the Audi 5000, seemed a bit bland. That's a bitter irony when you consider what a styling leader the car was when it was introduced in 1983. But it seems like the folks at Audi have been staying up nights trying to rekindle interest in the cars. And when Audi told us this new 220-valve Quattro is as quick as some American pony cars, our fire was lit. And we know no better place to try and smoke the tires than at our local drag strip. There we recorded a 0 to 60 time of 7.5 seconds and a quarter mile of 15.6 seconds at 91 miles per hour. That's a full second slower than Audi claims and behind every pony car that we've tested since 1989. But it's still the fastest Audi sedan that we've ever driven, including the Audi V8. The source of this newfound speed is the 20-valve version of Audi's 5-cylinder turbo engine. Its 217 horsepower from only 2.2 liters of displacement and 228 pound-feet of torque is a big jump from last year's 162 horses. Today's horses come on strong with minimal turbo lag. Power starts down at 2,000 RPM and stays strong all the way to redline, though the engine seems a bit lacking in torque for low-speed city driving. Despite this big jump in performance, the 200 Quattro remains the same civilized luxury car that it has always been, with that familiar, firm but comfortable German ride and a low 65 decibel interior sound level. The EPA estimates fuel mileage at 18 city, 24 highway. That means no gas guzzler tax. We got 20 miles per gallon, okay for over 3,600 pounds of German sedan. A small chunk of that weight is the Quattro all-wheel drive system, which proves to be worth its weight in gold the moment that you enter a corner. The Quattro's grip remains the best of the all-wheel drive brigade, with minimal front plow and smooth progressive oversteer. The perfectly weighted power steering provides tons of feel, though the power steering pump can't always keep up with hard cornering. Emergency situations, however, don't even faze the 200 Quattro, which remains composed through even the most violent maneuvers. The brakes are a four-wheel disc with the now standard ABS. They bring the car down from 60 with stopping distances that average to 112 feet. And unlike most ABS systems, the Audi system can be turned off for those times when anti-lock is not appropriate. We experienced a good deal of nosedive, but stability and pedal feel are both top-notch. All of this fine engineering is wrapped in the familiar Audi Aero sedan shape. This look is now familiar on everything from the Ford Taurus to the Mazda Protege. New fender flares do cover the wider 15-inch tires and wheels. But while it's still one of the most handsome sedans on the road, after 8 years, a styling update is overdue. Well, maybe next year. The 200 Quattro's interior, however, was redesigned only 2 years ago and remains an excellent modern example of roomy wood and leather luxury. Dash layout is flowing, clean, and logical. All controls fall immediately to hand. The gauges are large, clear analog units that sweep across the dash in a line. All are easy to read, but you have to look around the wheel rim to see the oil pressure gauge. Hop in and you settle into comfortable, supportive bucket seats. Leather is standard, as is the comprehensive 8-way power package, but we still wish for a tilt wheel. Standard comfort features are plentiful and include a somewhat dated automatic climate control system, an excellent sounding Bose cassette deck that had above average fringe reception, and heated seats. Stock mounted controls, including those for the trip computer and cruise control, are well marked, but also well hidden behind the steering wheel. But the only thing about this interior that we can really say that we don't like is the manual shifter. It's the same notchy long throw unit that Audi has always produced, something of an acronym in these days of oil-slick Japanese gear shifts. The 200 Quattro's rear cabin is as deep in the lap of luxury as most of us get. There's plenty of room to stretch out on its wide leather seats. And hidden behind the center armrest is a handy ski bag for when you decide to take your Quattro above the snow line. There's also ample room for other cargo in the wide, flat trunk. Liftover is low for easy loading. You get a lot of standard features, including a cellular phone in the 200 Quattro 20-valve, and the $42,400 price reflects this. But remember that you also get 3 years or 50,000 miles of free maintenance as part of your purchase. And while it's not cheap, the Audi's price is still $10,000 less than you'll pay for a Mercedes 300e 4MATIC. The Audi is quicker than the Mercedes and holds a slight edge in handling, but the Mercedes has a more luxurious interior and offers more prestige. The Infiniti Q45, on the other hand, cost a little less than the Audi. It's also quicker. The Infiniti's plainer interior can't match the Audi for luxury, though it is a bit roomier. But the Audi's wonderful Quattro drivetrain leaves the Q45 far behind on twisty roads and in bad weather. After several hard years, Audi is finally on the road to recovery, and products like the 200 Quattro 20-valve reflect the company's newfound strength. It's a machine that easily holds its own with the rest of Germany's best, and so shows that while sports sedans from other countries are closing in on Audi and its Teutonic brethren, they still have the designs to beat.